Jayson Tatum.
That's huge. That's not so the end of Golden State is happening before our eyes, where they're venomous. They've got good bite. We obviously saw what they did against Sacramento a couple of years ago, what they did against Houston, and with Steph, it's probably a 6 or 7 game series against Minnesota, right? It feels if Steph Curry's probably worth at least a win, at least. So 6 or 7 games, I think that thing is toast, barring a miracle from Golden State. What happened to the Boston Celtics last night was so sobering to me when we think about both the Avs and the Nuggets, man. That spells the end of what could have been a 3-year run or a dynastic run for the young, cap-controllable Boston Celtics. If that comes back, that MRI is happening this morning. If it comes back and that is a complete Achilles rupture, it's obviously the end of the series. They're down 3-1 in New York. They're not coming back and winning that thing. But are they doing anything next year in the East? If Jayson Tatum's gone for the majority of the year, they were probably already looking to move on from a couple of those contracts that they have.
Raj, the championship tax is very real.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And we've seen it here. Have we not? Do you look like the exact same team that you were 2 years ago in terms of the freshness of some of your players here in Denver? You don't. For the Celtics, they look like a shell of themselves with Jayson Tatum. You know what? You have to stretch yourself for such an incredibly long period of time to win a championship. It takes a toll, man. 7 seasons in a row without a repeat NBA champion. 7 seasons in a row.
And we always look back at those repeats. We look back at the Bulls winning 6 titles in a decade. And obviously, the Celtics win 9 of them. Was it the 60s that they won 9 in with Bill Russell? That's so far gone. But like in the modern history, you look at Chicago in the 90s, you look at LA winning their 4 titles in the 2000s. Those are so far and few between in the actual history of not only the NBA, but the majority of the big 4 sports, where you see a championship with a young team that is cost controllable, and you see this run of 10 years and you go, I see 4 championships. I see 3 championships. I hate to break it to you. You're lucky to get 1. You're lucky to get 1, even if you're young and cost controllable, because it can get screwed up by guys leaving for money, by teams trading players. We've obviously seen that happen with the Avs. It can get screwed up with keeping the wrong players after winning a title. Maybe that's the reason why Calvin Booth got fired. But again, his team is tied 2-2, or his former team is now tied 2-2 with a 68-win team in the second round. They've got a very good chance to move on. It can happen with freak injuries as well, because Boston's a team that should have waltzed through the East and then would have had another chance to win 3 in 3 or 3 in 4 years. But now if that's a year-long Achilles injury, man, Boston fans will look back at that and go, we only got 1. Just like Avs fans right now in the middle of what is still a championship window are going, we only have 1.
NHL's got the same storyline, though, in terms of repeat champions. When's the last one?
Pittsburgh, 2017-28. No, Tampa. Tampa Bay repeated in their 3 straight years. Tampa Bay repeated. I'm almost positive Tampa Bay repeated. Because I know Pittsburgh did it in 2017 and 2018 with Sidney Crosby. Tampa Bay won in 2019, 2020, 2020,
2021.
Yeah, so Tampa repeated then. St. Louis won. Washington won. Pittsburgh won back-to-back. Chicago won their final of 3 in 5 years. That got split between the 2 LA championships year in like flip-flopping seasons. Yeah. But again, those types of teams feel like they are far and few between over the course of the history of those leagues.
You almost have to throw out the 2020 season as it relates to the championship tax and being able to chase up a 2021 championship after a 2020 championship. Playing in the bubble, not nearly as many games. You didn't get stretched physically nearly as long as you do, in the post-COVID era. It just seems like you're not seeing teams look like their same form in the subsequent years after a championship. It's hard, man. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's been a hard one to swallow here in Denver for both the Avalanche and for the Nuggets since 22 and 23 respectively.
Well, yeah, because you have two of the best players in the world on the Avs. You have the best player on the planet in Nikola Jokic, and fans then are left going, how is there only one? How is there only one title?